Man, it's almost noon. I'm pretty hungry, but I don't have my wallet.
You have your wallet with you?
I don't know how I'm gonna pay for food.
Whoa. I don't even use a wallet anymore. I use my phone.
How?
Well, did you ever hear of this thing called Apple Pay? So basically, it's where I use my device to pay for any goods or services that I may need. So instead of actually carrying around a hefty wallet with me, I have everything I need right here.
So how does the money transfer to?
It goes right from my bank. My card is saved on my phone. I put it up to a device that's supported, and it goes right through. Easy as that.
So I could use it?
Yeah, if you have an iPhone, easy as that. You can use it too.
Let's try it. Thanks.
Let's
man.
go get some
Let's
food
go.
at Sheets. Cheers.
Apple Pay looks good on paper, but let's take a moment and look about the specifics behind it.
This all works by saving information of any card on your phone, and then that information is then transmitted at any time that you want to make a purchase with someone who accepts Apple Pay.
We can break down Apple Pay into science. We will now look in the equation that defines Apple Pay.
Apple Pay can be defined by the equation of Apple multiplied by money, which gives us Apple Pay.
Apple Pay isn't just limited to small numbers of retailers. Many of the businesses, both big and small, are starting to implement the ability to use Apple Pay as a checkout method. You can still use Apple Pay while making purchases online.
Well, where can Apple Pay actually be used though? The thing is, it can be used at a large majority of retailers or even restaurants. Anything from Best Buy to Dunkin' to Chick-fil-A, except on Sundays, McDonald's, KFC, PetSmart, 7-Eleven, Subway, Staples, Target, White Castle, and the list goes on and on.
Let's take a look at how Apple Pay is used in real-life scenarios, like buying food just with your phone, for example.
Yeah.
Hey, did you pay for that?
Yeah, I use Apple Pay.
What's Apple Pay?
From what we've talked about so far, it seems that Apple Pay is incredibly convenient. You could even say it's convenience squared. But how can I further prove this to you? So to break this down, let's get Apple Pay, which we'll use AP to represent, and set that equal to C, conveniences, squared. Now, Apple is equal to money times innovation. Those are the two big things that come up in the conversation when we think about Apple. Now, innovation, especially in today's society, is equal to money. And money, when you have money to spend, you can buy conveniences with that money. So looking at all this, we can see that Apple is equal to conveniences times conveniences, which means that Apple is equal to conveniences squared, and conveniences squared is equal to Apple Pay.
Because you only need to use your phone, you don't need to worry about any of the issues that are presented with carrying a wallet around you.
The boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your car. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't...
In the arms of the angel.
What the heck? He took my monies!
That wouldn't have happened if you had Apple Pay.
You know what? You're right.
Apple Pay is extremely convenient, but it's still growing a fast technology, and although it's growing on a fast rate, there's some things that you can't use for Apple for just yet.
Man, screw this game. I hate it. New 2K came out, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it came out 2 weeks ago.
I'm man.
Well, hold up. See, that's the thing about Apple Pay is it doesn't work for everything yet, but we're starting to get there.
So I can't use it on Xbox, man? Come
Fortunately
on.
not.
Screw this.
Another great thing about Apple Pay is that it isn't just limited to retail purchases. It's extremely versatile. For example, it can be used to send money directly to friends or family, it can be used to book flights with certain airlines, and more. And maybe you live in a big city where public transportation is pretty much a need because you need to get where you need to go. Well, no worries, because you can even add things like a Metro card to Apple Pay to make your getting around in the city easier than it ever has been before.